Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Zeku Kenan, as always. I want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV. We want to encourage you to share the show. And today we are in the second day of the year. Today is January 2nd, 2024. We're going to have to get used to saying 2024 now, moving forward. But yes, indeed, it is great being here. And I want to take this time to welcome all of you to SKTV and to also welcome you into 2024. Today is the second. We are glad to be here and want to encourage everybody. I mean, everybody, no exception, to go ahead and share the show. It's very important. I want to say thank you for those of you that have been with us from throughout 2023 and before then. And some of you that are sticking with us entering the year 2024. I want to say thank you to everybody. Please go ahead and share the show. That is the most important thing. Make sure you share the show. Make sure you subscribe to our page. TV LRV. So today the topic we are going to be discussing the way forward. The question we are asking today: what is the way forward for Liberia? So the way forward for Liberia, that is the question. Hello, Mabel. Mabel, are you there? Mabel, I think you need to get your speaker together. I mean the microphone. Mabel, you are muted.
Getting you though, but it's like okay, yes, yeah,
Okay.
I was singing that your web song. We are good to go.
1 second. 1
All
second.
right. All right. So first, indeed, you have it. Indeed, we want to send a pleasant good evening to all of you, our dear cherry listeners, our viewers. In fact, Happy New Year. Yeah, they said New Year, new thing, right? Well, indeed, we are right here on Truth FM, on SKTV, also really on Truth FM 96, that one, they had a show of Liberia. And today is the 2nd of January, which of course January is the first month in the year 2024. And I want to say Happy New Year to all of you, our people out there. Indeed, I know we celebrated well on yesterday, and there are a lot of celebrations. Some of you also cook a lot of food and so forth. So thank you so much. Yes, Sekou, you back.
I'm back, and my first resolution for this year
Easy. Our laughing at you people.
Is 24/7 Sabuhe.
Oh, yes. And
they will now grow in the year 2024.
I think, yeah, I think I come
no, the beer part. I want to play. My people say
yeah,
the people.
I like the beer myself.
I shouldn't take it up. You know, one time I think it was during 2022 when I did my haircut and remove all my beer, the SKTV people, and they attack me.
Because you're looking different.
You know. So everybody said no to that. So the beer, we're going to keep it.
Okay.
But the hair, we're going to make sure we shave the hair every day because the people don't want.
I just like the beer. I don't know how come, you are like, they have politicians, who get easily, beer. But anyway, I like the beer. The beer is good. I hope that.
Yeah, my people said no more, removing the beer. So we will keep it. Yeah, so Mabel, like I said, today is the good day, is a good beginning, is a new beginning. And the topic today is very important. we said, what's the way forward for Liberia? Where do we start from? That is $1 million question. The $1 million question, where do we start from as Liberians? Because if you look at our country, we have been so toxic. We have been so hateful to each other. We are somehow, behaving as a bunch of confused people. Maybe I got to answer this call again. I'm sorry.
All right. So indeed, our topic for today, what's the way forward for Liberia? Where do we start from? And indeed, we Sekou trying to come up with a lot of some of our talking points on today. So indeed, some of you out there, so you can understand. But I guess that there are a lot of us also that also have a lot of things in our mind as to where, or in fact, how to go about with everything that we will be doing moving forward. Because mind you, we have probably about 20 days to go. 20 days from now on, we'll be saying bye-bye to the old government and welcoming the new government headed by Honorable Joseph Yima Boakai. So, January 22nd, which of course will be in this month, will be the inauguration. And the inauguration will be on the 22nd of January, and by that time, 12 o'clock, the CDC government or the proper agenda will be leaving, and will be welcoming the rescue or the rescue team. The rescue team will take over immediately by 12 o'clock, January 22nd. So there are a lot of preparation ongoing when it comes to the inauguration committees. They are working hard. They are doing everything possible that, yes, indeed, the program be unique. It be a very, very good one. So they are working hard. Let me say kudos to them. Also, and to all of us too, as people, I know that we're going to be alive by the grace of God, and we're going to witness that. We're going to see a smooth and peaceful transition, turning over of power from another government to another government, and that will be January 22nd. Yeah, so Sekou, I was just debriefing our people.
Yeah. That's very important. So, do you think we should play SKTV song while we share the show, or we can just share the show?
Yes, indeed. We got to play the song and take some break, brief in, brief out.
Yeah. So let's just take that brief musical break. It will like maybe 2-3 minutes, so it's not too far. I mean, it's not too long. It takes less than 5 minutes. So let's do that. Wow, people share it, because people then they don't like to share the show. We have to do everything. So some people can share it, but majority of the people then they're so busy, they're so rushing to come watch the show, but they don't have time to share it. So let's do that. Let's share it. Let's play the SKTV song and then we share the show. We'll be right back.
There are things we can do. We bring good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving up here and the parents of them. So welcome and life without fear. I live with my Master. Play body so I can't ask you if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, and more I know. And you love
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandfather.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the baby, and I forget now. Toss you up on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Canvas and Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
So SKTV, the best in Liberia, the best in Africa. That is a very good thing to hear, and we believe so. We from SKTV family, we believe we are the best. So maybe let's jump into the conversation right away. When we say what is the way forward for Liberia, that is a very loaded question. But where do we start from, in your opinion? The way forward, where do we start from? Are you there?
Yes, yes. I thought you were there. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm just asking you now. Where do you think we do? Where do we start from?
okay. All right. Good. And you just make it clear not too long that indeed this question is a loaded one. I know how to even place it, but indeed it's loaded 100%. Yes. Where do we start, or what's the way forward for Liberia? Where do we start from? And indeed, there are a lot of challenges. All of our sectors here in Liberia, they are all challenged. Let me just say that for free. Where do we start from that? Yes, because if you look at all of the happening for me, the first thing that I will tell you is the rule of law. Let be able to control, in fact, not fight on the rule of law. Let people respect the system. Let people respect the rule of law. Let people be able to know that, in fact, the law will protect you no matter who you are. If you go against the law will persecute you. The law will not only be like, for example, oh, I'm Johnson, and because I'm Johnson, I'm connected to Seku, so because of that, I will be free, even if I'm wrong. No. So let the law be strong. Let the labor system of our country be a very strong one. It's not where people will work and they will not be able to get their just benefit. So Liberia is heavily challenged, but this is one of the major issues. Today, America is great. Other countries around the world or Europe, we will say they are all great because why? They respect their labor. And there's nowhere in this world that you will say people will be able, or that you have a better system without you fighting to make sure that your labor is 100% respected. Where people just come in and just use people anyhow they want to, as to whether you even benefit or not, nobody cares about you. I think the way forward for me, one of the things is the labor system or the rule of law should be looked at, and we got to build up the strength of our security. We got to build up the strength of our security. What happened in Total in Bon County shouldn't happen, but because of the no security, because of the of low security that we've seen around the country, where even when something happened, maybe the higher police officer that you will see, it will be only 2, 3, and it's wrong. We can be having a country where there's no security. So so many things are happening, and we all been noticing all of these things. Let's make sure to double up the strength of our security and be able to empower all of our security officers, make sure that they are well dressed, they have all of the logistics that they need. So Seku and other Brazilian monk, so far for me, these are major issues that I think we have to look at as people, or else we'll continue to be shifting our blames here and there, because when the rule of law is weak, People are doing things what they want to do. Nobody want to persecute them. Everybody just moving about freely and just misbehave as maybe anytime they want to, because they feel that they have some of the government official somewhere that is backing them. So because of that, sometimes you notice that Africa, especially for Liberia, we are always doing things that we're not supposed to be doing because nobody is protecting anything. So even if, for example, now the invisible park, the PHP, right? Because of maintenance, you will see government places just been loose. People do anything they want to do and just go scot-free. So I think the rule of law should be strong, and we should look at our security.
Thank you, Mabel. Brazilian man, welcome, Mel. How you doing?
What's up, guys? What's up to the listening audience? I always SKTV is the best. I think you saw the video. We don't need to tell you.
Yep.
The information every day, and thank God we are back on the radio. So the audience back home, they got an opportunity to feed off some information from SKTV as usual. So once again, thanks. We are happy to be alive every day. I tell you, we wake up from bed in our sound mind or sound body is a blessing all by itself, no matter what. Once you are alive, it's a blessing.
Absolutely. So yes, indeed. So the question of the day, Brazilian monk, Mabon just elaborated on it. What is the way forward, and where do we start from? As a country?
Mabon just nailed it. So cool. The way forward is people want reassurance. People want an adult in the room making decisions for Liberia. People want a sense of purpose. They want a sense of security. They don't want this whole culture of impunity to set the benchmark in Liberia. They want something fundamentally different. I tell people it's not about the person you put in power. If you cannot put system and rules and laws into place, nothing is going to work. We that live in the Western world, we can see it. The only thing that separates the West from any other part of the world is stronger institutions. They got laws on the book because laws are meant to guarantee success. You can build a park, you can build a skyscraper. If you cannot maintain it, how do you maintain things? By putting certain rules into place. The fish under the water, they fly, they swim in patterns. When you watch the birds that flies in the air, they fly in pattern. They don't fly head-to-scatter. They go in the U shape. Sometimes they go in the V shape. Sometimes they go in the straight line. Look, you don't live randomly. You live by principle. You live by laws. You should have stronger institutions in place. That is how you can improve yourself as a human being. That's why whether it comes to religions, whether it comes to education, there are rules and regulations that govern every institution on this planet. That's just why it is. Nothing more. That's what people want. People want to see an adult in the room and somebody making better decision for the country and making that a great cause. That's it.
So it seems like both of you are talking about the respect for the rule of law and the paramount objective of the way forward. But who starts? The government or the people? I mean, because it's like our problems, most of our problems in Liberia is not just government.
Yes.
We ourselves, especially many Liberians living in Liberia, are kind of accustomed to being corrupt. They gravitate towards corrupt officials. They embrace corruption. They embrace corrupt people. So if we want to change that mindset, who starts? The government or the people?
You see, the thing is, you expect the people to react in a particular way, but the reason, that's why we got a social contract. The people relinquish certain power and give it to the government to be the one making decisions on behalf of the people. The people will respond if they see the government taking certain steps because government have absolute power and authority. They are the one that set the agenda for the society. If government puts rules into place, the people are bound to follow it. That's what they call social contract in politics. We accept, we give you our right, we forego certain rights that you should make better decisions. You know, people cannot do things that they have never been exposed to. There were things that you and myself used to do back there. We came to this country, we cannot do it. The reason being because there are laws that are on the book. Whether it's a Republican president, whether it's a Democratic president, it doesn't matter the individual. Those laws remain in place for hundreds of years. So I understand that the people got that part to play, but the people can only be inherent to law that the government is going to put in place. I cannot expect if I put up let's some circle. If I were to go to Kakata right now and say I'm bringing trash can and tell the people that anybody, if anyone is caught in the habit of throwing trash on the street, you will be punished. Trust me, there will be people that will violate that law, but over time, they will start respecting that law. The moment you start putting people in jail, the moment you start whipping people, trust me, they will abide by those rules. It's just normal in society that when the higher authority put in laws, the people are bound to follow those laws. That's just it. So the government is 100% responsible. In as much as we expect the people to abide by these laws, it's the government that is responsible to put those laws into place. Ordinary people cannot put law into place. It's government institution that put laws into place.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
but Mabel, I'm sorry, before I go to you. So I know it is the government that put laws into place. It's the government that enforces the law. However, the Liberians themselves, the common people, you have to be law abiding. I mean, you have to have the government help you. Let's say, for example, they say nobody should throw trash on the street. Nobody should be looking before you stop doing that. You can't say, oh, because they're watching you. Then at night, with nobody watching, nobody looking, and you go and fill, the drainage with also dirt. At the end of the day, when it rains, you're the same person that's going to be affected. Okay, in Liberia, especially in the central Monrovia area, people will go ahead and use plastic bag and poop in it and throw it on the street late night. So the government law will say, you know what, don't do those things. Don't dirty the street. But when people are sleeping, I mean, when everybody's sleeping, government is not around looking, people take advantage of that and throw stuff. So I think the citizens themselves get some responsibility, in as much as government is being considered to put the law down and enforce the law, but responsible citizenship will also help, in that regard. What do you think?
You asking me or Melbourne?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Then Melbourne can go after that.
So good. We are both saying the same thing in a whole different way. It's the same thing that we expect people to abide by those laws. Human beings are product of environment. If you were to take a kid from America right now, right, and he had that urge to pee, I take him to Liberia, he will hold that pee for the longest. The reason being because he grew up in a society where he doesn't see people peeing on the street randomly, in as much as he want to pee. That will not work for a kid in Liberia because he see people doing it all the time. You see, we expect people to follow rules. That's why we say when you put the institution and the law in place, people will naturally gravitate over time. It won't happen overnight, but over time, when they start seeing results. Sego, if you're a normal person and I give you a bag of trash and I say walk from Cathedral all the way to CWA on the Ashmore Street, from up the hill, down the hill. If you don't see trash on the street, it is more than likely that you won't throw the one in your hand on the street, because the environment alone will tell you that, you know what, this is not a place to dispose your trash. But the question is, how do you get there as a society? And that's where the laws come into place. People will oppose the law. They won't gravitate to it naturally, but over time, the moment they start seeing results and they start seeing how things around them, I mean, it's being done, trust me, they will follow the law. But it starts with enforcement. It starts with enforcing the laws on the books and punishing people that will go. So I make it think when people go to work in this country, they don't end up stealing, because they know that you can steal. It's not that the people in America or people in the Western world, they are perfect. But the first thing they take into consideration is the consequences from an action. I could work to a bank as a teller and steal $10,000. But I'm looking at my children, I'm looking at my wife, I'm looking at the possibility of going to jail for 20 years. And you know they won't close their eyes on the law. So that alone will discourage you from stealing, even though you want to steal as a human being. Look, when you punish people for law, trust me, they will abide by it over time. It's just a normal thing for human being to do. It's just a natural instinct, because they look at the consequences for their action, and trust me, it will change their behavior over time. That's why it is.
All right, let's go to Mabel. Then that invites another big question, but we'll go to that. But Mabel, what's your take?
Yes, thank you for that question. And we have first Saturday. I don't know whether whether you people still following us back home. We have this first Saturday called Mirror Day, right? when that day started, before store used to close, even cars, most time cars used to run and so forth. So people say, no, I think let a vehicle run, let a vehicle come out, and the store should be closed up to 10 o'clock in the morning, because why? The people had to clean up. So that day is called Mary Broad Day on every first Saturday. Now, if you notice that day, people are cleaning up, but are they really cleaning up the way they used to do it? No. Why? Because of the security. So indeed, the government too have our own role to play it, because mind you, we have a whistleblower called maybe committed whistleblower, like maybe Resident Monk is doing something wrong, and as a good citizen, that me, I call maybe the cop or the police and say, oh, come, Resident Monk doing something here that is not right. The first thing, maybe that police officer or maybe that person will say, oh, Resident Monk, I may say I should call you, or I may call us here. So you see, all of these things, we need serious education, and our security too, they got to double up, they got to work before even coming back to the citizen. The citizen, the President Monk was saying, look, they had their own role to play, but indeed they still need the guardian, they still need to be looked after, because can you imagine somebody would be in car, in taxi, the person would take the debt from the taxi and trunk it outside of the car. Can you imagine that? Do you know how many people that are even doing it, educated, not educated, everybody doing it? Because that's just the kind of society that we have. But again, if the government is strong, if the government is robust, if the government is standing very, very tall and say, we're not going to close our eyes on anything, anybody that go against the law, we're going to punish you. And under this small punishment, for example, if Melbourne go against maybe certain ordinance and you punish me, maybe I'll pay the fine, and you are going to jail me. Next time, I won't do it. No matter what happens to me, no matter how jail I am, or maybe I'm going to be that day, I'm not going to do it. Because why? The law is active, and the law going to punish me for doing the wrong thing. But the law is not even active. The law is sleeping. The law is weak until so people just do things that they want to do. So for me, President Monk and that was Sekou, that's just my take on the issue. Government should be blamed. Government should be able to come up with all of their ideas to make sure that the people go by the rule of law. Don't sit down and say maybe the people. I agree. Look at red light today. Red light is damaged after the brilliant work that been done by the contractors. The contractor placed fence right on the road. But what happened today? The road got damaged, all the fence, all the iron, everything been removed. And in fact, I don't know, should we say our data from the youth, the guy took out everything and said it. So you see why we...
thank you, Melbourne. Thank you very much. So one of the important aspects of what you guys just talk about is the fact that law enforcement and how the laws are enforced. Normally, justice should be blind, but in Liberia, we have selective justice. Yeah, even if the laws are being enforced, but for the most part, the laws are enforced on a segment of the people, while other people go free. So, and if you look at most of the lawbreakers in Liberia, people that break the law in Liberia all the time,
they are the one at the top.
Are the one on the top. So I mean, how do we go about enforcing the law when we are selective in disseminating justice? If at all, the law should be respected. Should we start from the top to the bottom, or should we start from the bottom to the top? Because in Liberia, if it's still, they kill motorcycles, they kill people for stealing motorcycles.
Even for every cell
They
phone.
brand people for stealing
Cell
cell phones.
phone.
And you have people, for example, letting the city that steal hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars a year, and they be celebrated.
Yep.
So how do we go about enforcing the law?
That's a challenge right there. That you just said it all. When you look at Liberia, the people who break the law most of the time are the ones that are in authority because they feel that they are above the law. And you are not going to punish them because it's a selected justice system, it's a patronage system that once you are up there, it means you are the big guy and the people down there are your slave. You know, in America here, and in other Western societies, it's the complete opposite. The people are the boss, and the one that work in government or the government official, they are the servant. In Africa, it's the complete opposite. The ones that are supposed to be the servants are the master, and the people that are supposed to be considered the master are the servant. So it will be a very tough thing, but like I said, we could start from somewhere. It's just a matter of doing things repeatedly until it becomes until it becomes second nature. We won't expect every government official to abide by the law, but there are certain rules and laws that must be put in place for the people at the bottom in terms of their safety, in terms of their health. Look, when you see the trash in that country, Melbourne, you see it all the time on major streets. Look, you cannot eat where you shit. I mean, all these sicknesses and diseases, all they come from sanitation as well. You know, my homeboy used to tell me all the time, "My man, the country too hot." I said, "Let me tell you something. If you want to go to science and geography, Liberia is now one of the hottest countries in the world. We got more rivers. We are a coastal country, almost 350 miles long. We got forests. I said, you know the reason why Liberia always seems stuffy and people just sweating all the time? I said, because we don't have zoning laws. We don't enforce zoning laws. And we got a huge portion of the country's population in one single area. So human beings got our own heat. Maybe people don't know that. When you put a bunch of human beings together, it brings heat. I said, Moreover was never built for more than 600,000 people. But today we got over 1 million people. Now, if you don't have zoning law, because you need spaces between homes for the breeze to flow. So if you don't have zoning law, if you are building all the alley, one man back door is another man front door, no space in between, what do you expect? That even when the breeze is coming from the sea, it won't flow through the land because what? You block all the alleys and spaces that people supposed to get breathing. That's what made the country hot. The city is overcrowded because you don't have services in other counties. Everybody got to come to Monrovia or Monserrado County. It's overpopulated. So when it comes to putting pressure on social services, that's why you see trash and everything. All the drainage system, they are clogged because what? You have too many people living in that city and it was never meant for that. So those are all challenges as well. But that's a long-term solution, you know.
Yeah, so now we are talking about the responsibility of the government, also the responsibilities of the citizen. One thing that we cannot address, and it'll be very difficult for us to actually address it, is how the law going to be enforced. How we can eradicate the idea of selective justice. So now another thing we'll talk about, how do we move forward? What is the way forward for Liberia and where do we start? I think one of the major areas should also be reconciliation, love for each other, and love for country. We are so divided. We are so hateful to the extent that if you think Sekou is doing something good, but because you think Sekou is not with you politically, then you will try to demonize Sekou. You will try to, paint him bad. You will try to make it look like this man is the devil, this man is evil, even when he's doing good. And if you think that Melbourne is not with you, is not supporting your candidate, or is not, singing the same song with you politically, definitely that Melbourne got no good, even if he does some good things. So how do we go past those kind of mindset? Like to say, let's love each other, regardless of politics. We are first Liberians, and we have one common denominator, and that is Liberia. So how do we go beyond partisanship, beyond politics, to love each other and love our country again? I mean, that is one of the things that we also have to look at. Do you think we have a chance of doing that, Brazilian monk?
There is a possibility. You got short term and you got long term when it comes to building that culture in Liberia about unity, about oneness. It's about being nationalistic instead of being, in Liberia we are tribalist instead of being nationalistic. People don't get the difference between the two. When you are nationalistic and make all the tribal people doing things in one accord in favor or for the benefit of the entire country. When you are being a tribalist, it means you're seeing from a narrow angle because your tribe is limited. You are only limited to maybe your county or couple of counties. We are talking about country before your county. So when you talk about oneness, you talk about unity, you talk about love for country, it will start from leadership. But if you want long-term solution, you got to take it down to the schools from the early stages. I can remember they used to be having something they call Liberia Cultural Life Experience. There was a class they used to have in school back in the day, where they teach you about the culture, the history and stuff. Because, Sekou, when you start teaching, the Jesuit tell you, say, give me a child, and at the age of 7, I will tell you the man he will become. The reason they say that because there are certain training they are going to put in that child, that before that child becomes a man or a woman, they know exactly what will happen growing up because they know the kind of a training they put in that child. When you want to talk about nationalism, you want to talk about oneness, you want to talk about love for country, I don't think it's something you can just profess or leader can just switch a magic wand and you expect that to happen. It needs to come through the education system at the lowest level. We start teaching children. You see, Sekou, you believe in Islam. That one of the reasons you guys, you read a Quran and you memorize things. When you do things repeatedly, it becomes part of you. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing again in the Bible. It tells you, say, what? You meditate on the word of God, remember, day and night. It's almost like recitation. Say it over and over. Like if you start teaching children, kids from kindergarten, the meaning of love for country, the meaning of nationalism, the meaning of togetherness, trust me, by the time they get to 12 years, what do you expect? You won't have to tell them. They will live that lifestyle because they've been hearing it from small time. That's what I'm saying. When you want to make progress in the society, start making down payment to the future and start from the bottom. That's why if you started now, you can tell me, I can tell you, say 15 or 20 years from now, Liberia will be in a better shape than just hoping that some leader, it's a good thing when the leader shows up because people tend to follow their leader. I bet you Joseph Boakai was to call a meeting now between people from Grand Jide and Nima County and host a big party and talk about reconciliation. Yes, it will help. But in the long run, talking about what happens if he's not there? What happens if another leader comes to power? You want to start it at the grassroots level from the early stages of life. That's when you want to start teaching this kind of a fundamental or kind of experiences and laws that you want people to follow in the country. And trust me, over time, it will pay dividend. I made that example yesterday when the typical Ghanaian tell you say we are the best. It's not something they started yesterday or today. No, they started decades ago because they taught them in school that you should put Ghana first no matter what. Whether you doesn't have healthcare, whether you are hungry, we stay the best, and there's the potential for this country to do better. Start at the early stages in life. The same thing with healthcare, they can tell you all the time. When you invest in early child health, they end up growing all healthy. It's one of the reasons Japan has one of the best medical systems in the world because they put all their money in early child health care and early intervention. Because if you are healthy from the start, you are most likely to be healthy when you grow up. So when you grow up now, the government knows how to spend too much money in the hospital because you're already healthy. That's just why it is. Early investment from the early stages. Now you get results.
Well, so I think we should open the line in Liberia and hear the people what they think is the way forward and where do we start from. That would take us all the way to the news bulletin. Then we'll stop because we want to get the people engaged in Liberia as well. And that is the reason why we're on the radio because people in Liberia, I know the concern, they raised when we went out on the radio for the past few days. So it's important that we engage our people. So maybe you can open the line in Liberia and let's hear from our people. What are the things that way forward and where do we start from?
All right. So 0778-339682, that's the number to call. 0778-339682 with the time China the 10 minutes. Climbing up to 7, and at 7 we're going to link up our newsroom to bring you the news bulletin. So please, a minute per call. Yes, tell us exactly what's the way forward for Liberia. Where do we start from as people? So call in 0778-339682. Again, that's the number to call. 0778 339682. Let me see what happened. Like the phone will do. Yeah, 0778 339682. Yes, that's the number to call. Call in right now to be part of the SKTV show right here on Truth FM 96.1. There. Oh, we're going to sing along. Okay, so call line 2. Yeah, line 2 0770 Yeah, 0770 203-125. Let me see. Okay, so line 1 is back. Let me see. Yes, line 1 is back. So let me see. Why the phone one though? Those, yeah, 0770 203-125. Now line 2. Line 1 is really, really giving me tough time. And let me see. Where do 0770 line 2,
Yeah,
please.
what's going on with you in your lines? They are not working?
My phone, especially the one that I usually call on, is trying to freeze. Yeah, it's freezing. So I want to cut the internet off so that yeah. Let me see. They are calling, but it's not going through. So let me cut the internet off. Please, oh, please. 0778 339682. Yes, indeed. 0778 339682. Those of you that have been calling, can call in. Yes, to be part of the show. Sorry that indeed the phone the phone I'm thinking. So let's call. Hello? Hello? 0778 339682. That's the number to call. Again, 0778 339682. Yeah, call and be part of the show. Let me get to the line. Hello? Yeah, my brother. Good evening. Your name and from where you join us?
An executive member of the Kuku panel join you on District number 6, Morserado County.
Go ahead, Manuel.
I want to say Happy New Year to you all. And thanks so much for the start of 2024. And I think I would like to join you guys to say to the people of Chudosa, my DPS condolence. And how can we start? And I think that is the topic. And I'm enjoying how you guys going through the process and starting with the issue of formulating a robust law or instituting or enforcing laws that are already on the board. And I think that should go along with the formulation of the new law also, because you know what happens, especially in a community, in a society, where you do not have the restrictions or a robust law and enforcement, you see people doing things on their own and everyone just doing things what pleases them. So I think
the rule of law, right?
Important. And yeah, I think it will be very important. And one of the things again that we should be meticulous of is that the allocation of the resources that is stated in Article 7 of the Liberian Constitution. It says national government manage the natural resources because of the responsibility of the visibility of each citizen, so that it should be meticulous in terms of the application, so that every session can feel that impact, can be part of because that go along with the background also.
All right, thank you so much to this caller. Good evening. 0778-339682. That's the number to call to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, go ahead, Chief. Your name and from where you join us?
I'm VJ from the City Community.
Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, for me, instead of just say I want a friend need money, we need employment.
Okay. All right.
Because all I think you can straighten anybody without money, you can't work.
Okay, no problem. You want money, you want employment. To this call. Yeah. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yeah, but go ahead, your name and from where you join us?
Okay, I'm Jacob Tabo, calling from Soclede Community.
Mm-hmm.
What we really need to be doing is to stop the continual lying on the air, giving misleading information to people. What is that real? We shouldn't say it. It will help us.
All right. Emmanuel Sano.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to say Happy New Year to you and Happy New Year to Uncle Seku And I want to use this time to say my biggest sympathy to the Peru family of Toyota.
All right.
To the issue, I want, for me, when you ask now, on the border regime to really focus on the private sector because everyone can work in government, no one. I want them to strengthen the private sector for more jobs, to open avenue for business, for companies to come because we want them to succeed. We don't want them to come do these things that they criticize President. We are also wanting to strengthen the private sector. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel Sano, and to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, my brother, we good. Thank you. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us.
I'm Thompson calling from Bonafide.
Okay, go ahead, Chief.
The responsibility of our brother today when it comes to city cleanliness or sanitation. We are responsible for sanitation.
We are asking what's the way forward for Liberia? Where do we start from?
Let's start from the security. Security is 100% responsible for that. We need to ensure security in every area, community, street, that the law can be passed and enforce the law.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's start from the security. According to him, to this caller. Hello? Chief, we are great. Thank God. Your name and from where you join us? Okay, from ELW hospital. In the hospital, sir, or you out? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, where we can start from now as one of your analysts really said, to back what they are the good and what that. So the main thing we need now is what security you are doing for. When you say you put there, you're going to pay for 3 weeks. Like, oh, we need more jail, more security.
All right.
That's what you like it. That's all we need. We need more jail, more food for them. This is the need. More jail, more security, so they can enforce it for the whole of you. So that criminal are the one that really are off.
The criminals are always on top.
On top.
I bet see you, man. They can't be here, man. You see their brother, they get problem. The criminals are the one always on top. What kind of so let me just take this call. I think we'll be our last call over for the news. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Chief, go ahead quickly, no time. 1 minute.
Yeah, I want for the new government to empower the drug enforcement agency in Liberia.
Okay, the new government should focus on the DEA. That's your own way forward.
Yes, empower them fully by training and making them to move into every ghetto firehouse.
Oh. All right, Chief. Okay, thank you so much. So, Bizina Monk and Seku, I think we will leave you people for 15 minutes. After the news bulletin, we're going to join you.
Thank you, Melbourne, and thank you to all the callers here in Liberia. I think that was very nice. I like the tone. You know, people are now speaking out and at least telling us what they see as the way forward. Somebody said people should stop lying and on stuff. People should be bringing stuff out that are true, which is true, and that's exactly what we have been doing. And people who are lying about things, including government, including their supporters, lying on simple things, should stop. And those things should stop in 2023. Now we're in 2024. New attitude, new behavior, new way of doing things. So we agree with that. President Among, my man, while we, go through the news bulletin, we're not going to be there to listen to that right now because they kind of have been giving us some issues when it comes to our YouTube page. Because some of this stuff, I think it looks like they have their own YouTube page. So things that that they have copyright on somehow been affecting our YouTube channel. So we don't want to be doing that any no longer. But again, given what we just heard, it looks like Liberians are gearing up for some level of positivity coming into the 2020 into this 2024. Do you think we'll have a good start?
I don't want to guarantee a good start, but I will hope that we'll have a good start. Their expectation and I would say their expectations are set up high. Like one of the callers said, they want jobs. They're talking about improving the private sector, and that's a long-term thing because private sector development, especially when you bring in a bunch of bureaucrats that never worked in the private sector before, is now an easy thing to do. People don't understand again. We can just say like we want to say it private sector, but to build a private sector, there are a lot of things that are involved that will take you years, if not decades, to do. So I don't think that's something that we try to concentrate on now because it's an ongoing process. You talk about public-private partnership, the security, business development, women empowerment, taxes, regulation. There are so many things that can make a private sector come to life. Taxes and all this stuff part of it. So if you are waiting for overnight private sector creation, it's not going to happen. Trust me on that one. I'm not going to lie to you here. That's a long-term thing. But it will be up to the incoming administration to pick their own person. Because I know the people in our country, their expectation and what they think they want to see from the Braga administration, because they were so mad with Georgia. They believe that Braga has a magic wand, which is not the case. And the Braga people will have to do their own analysis in terms of prioritizing where they want to hit the ground running. Whether it's about accountability or whether the economic issue will trump accountability. Because I believe the accountability thing is also into the economic issue, because where do you get the money from? How do you set the record straight? How do you become transparent in terms of what you are inheriting versus what you are expected to do? So you cannot skip one. They are all one of the same. They are in the package. So it will be up to the Braga administration to really, really focus on few key areas, because you can have a laundry list of things, but when you look at the people expectation and what they want you to do, you have to pick from your list to see the one that will have the most impact, and that will be up to Joseph Braga to make that call. Because it's not an easy thing when you get a job. You're talking about payroll. I tell you, in the next 90 days, it will be the first major challenge for the Braga level administration to be able to generate revenue and pay people to get caught up just on payroll. I'm not even talking about the economic impact, just payroll alone. That's not going to be an easy thing. So they have to they have to double down into their bungles and see and pinpoint specific issue as to where they want to concentrate on the most in the first 3 to 6 months. They will be
I mean, to start, do you think Joseph Boakai already had a plan in place?
Yeah,
that is ready to, execute right away, because he keeps saying some stuff from the get-go and he continues to say it. It means that maybe they have something planned, for the Liberian people. Probably the way you guys thinking that we should lower our expectation, maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe Joseph Baga know exactly what's going on, because the idea of rice, full price, the idea of road construction, when you talked about, no car will be hit in the mud in a major road. You think the man will just talk loosely without having some plan in place that they are ready to move?
So good. The most important thing in life, because change is constant. You can have all the plans you want. You can make your own laundry list, but there are certain things. The prevailing circumstances sometimes determine how you execute as a president. So I know Joseph Braga had his own plans, whether it's about road, whether it's about sanitation. You can make the list all you want, but based on the situation that you inherit, and the expectation also play a major role, because people want you to result. I mean, people want to see result. And as a president, you don't want to fall short, because like something they call political capital. Joseph Braga now, his morale is high. He just won the election. You got a honeymoon period. But it will come to an end. That's the first 100 days. The honeymoon come to an end. Because man law put are selling her color that want to pay her daughter's school fee. The economy is not doing better. Joseph Braga walking into government and all the coffers are empty. You got to maintain payroll, just existing payroll. You have to go out there and find funds in terms of revenue to be able to pay people. So you can have your laundry list, but at the end of the day, the prevailing circumstances will determine how you govern, because there is something they call priority expectation and you must meet them. So
my question about being ready is not just the plan on paper, but to be also ready financially. Maybe they have some agreements, some things out there, some people out there that that are there ready to support and donate and get everything going.
That's there will be partners out there that will be willing to open their purses to help the Liberian government. But like I said, when it comes to the international game, there are rules that you scratch my back and I scratch your back. There are certain things that you must meet and fulfill before they can be able to write a check. So whether it's international organization or foreign partners, they will be there. They will always be there. The question is, what are you giving in exchange, and what are you willing to do in order to receive what it has to offer on the table? So it will be up to the Bagale administration. That's why I said you can make the plans all you want, but then you have to adapt. You have to make some tough. Look, life is about making. We can pretend that life is easy, but life was never meant to be easy. Life is tough. The only thing you can keep doing is to keep adjusting along the way. So it will be up to Joseph Boakai. I know I keep telling you, Joseph Boakai will have to throw some people on the bus, whether he like it or not, because that's the only way. I don't think Boakai wants to be an instant failure. And in order not to be an instant failure, there are things that he's expected to do. And I don't know, he might not feel comfortable doing it, but at the end of the day, he just have to. It's a must that he must do that, especially when it comes to the economic packages and people that are willing to help. Because people always, there is nothing in life that is free. Everything someone gave you free, it may another person pay on the other side. So if he must receive those international support and aid, trust me, they will want something in exchange. And people will be thrown on the bus. I said it yesterday, I always say on the show, Joseph Boakai will have to make tough decisions, because that's what leadership entails. Making tough decisions, even if you don't feel like doing it, you just have to do it.
That is all right. So, folks, if you're just joining us, this is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. Brazilian Monk is with us from all the way Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And Melbourne is right there with you in Liberia. So some of you just joined us in the last few minutes. I want to take this time to recognize that just a few of you while we're here. Yvette Seafirst, welcome to SKTV Yumotru Kranga, Kula Kiazulu, Lucretia Gibson, Rubin Kone, and Henrietta Carter, and Christopher Morris. Who else? Mona Pega, Catherine Sharp Davis, John Hina, Riverside Pro, Rita Zina, and Toby Wilson, Faliku, Sheikh Faliku, Kouke Dolo. A lot of people here, man. By V. Robert, Ruth Robert Pemba, Zoe Wesley, Richard Johnson, Isiaka Kroma, Henry Mo Pade, Ernestine Bernard, Gonganu. I'm sorry, man. I don't want people in there. I'm struggling to call my own name, like my own people in there like that. Yeah, Gonganu and Helena Flomo, Joseph Binder, welcome to SKTV. Nora Hooks, Tracy Vincent, Asata Dosen. A lot of people here. I'm going to just try to get some good names. Ernestine Bernard just said that. Richard Johnson. And Josephine Bao. Seku Aminata Konesan. Thank you for all you do, Seku. I know I've seen you sharing the show everywhere, encouraging folks to share the show. And we have Yumutru Kranga, we have Ora Kennedy. And who else? We got a lot of people here. Marie Pratt. Oh, Marie Pratt from all the way Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to SKTV. I'm not going to call everybody anymore. Try. Elizabeth, Brookable Power, Elizabeth Power. Welcome to SKTV. Boy Lee, welcome to SKTV. And Golden Heart is here. Golden Heart is behind the scene, man. Golden Heart works. He works a lot, behind the scene, making sure that everything is clean. And all those, ain't say borrow, ain't no borrow medicine. The man that they buy people medicine that when you write it bad thing, and the man can restrict you. They say, no, you can't do that. Do the right thing. Say the right thing. Don't come insult here. Don't come and behave funny here. So yes, indeed, Golden Heart is here. and Joseph Hoffman, Rosalind Dix, Rose Russell. Welcome to SKTV. Let me just stop there so far. I've tried at least. I try to call. We have about on the screen here. We have about 700 people. So there's no way I'm able to call by the name, especially those who don't write. But yes, indeed, we're going back to the conversation. We still have a few minutes on the radio, carrying on the local news. So, Monk, when are we going to know whether or not, we should be hoping for a better Liberia when it comes to law enforcement, when it comes to respect for the rule of law, when it comes to respect for the Constitution? When are we going to know that under Joseph Baga government will be based on the people that will be appointed, just the ministers, police directors, law enforcement officers, and some of the judges' appointments? I mean, when are we going to actually see a signal, a sound that we can be hopeful to say, you know what, we are seeing some good things in the pipeline?
Well, I don't know if you can put a date on it, because those things, they are all fundamental issue, and I don't believe that one single president can magically turn things around. Whether it comes to law enforcement, whether it comes to nationalism, these are not things that are restricted to a single president. But a single president could start the ball rolling. And that, you see, one of the reasons people were stuck with the Joseph Boakai thing, we are from a traditional society. Most African societies are traditional. People believe that when you are older, you got more wisdom, you're supposed to be making better decisions. So the thing about Joseph Boakai presidency was not all for the political, all about the traditional aspect in terms of Joseph Boakai age. He's an older man. He's been in the game for long. So people expect more from him. And you said it right. The decision that will be made, the people that will form part of Joseph Boakai cabinet will give you a sense as to what Joseph Boakai could actually get done. But I don't think that these are things. Look, Sekou, I tell people, in as much as we hate colonialism, but the colonial master put certain things in place in Africa for some country. That's why they were able to build upon. Whether you like them or not, whether you go to South Africa, you go to Kenya, and all the countries that are advanced in Africa, you look at the foundation of their country, there were certain things that were put in place, whether it was the British, whether it was the Dutch, or from the French, that they started to build upon. So it's easier for this society, no matter whether they experience war or something, they can still come back and rebuild because the system was already in place. We cannot make that case for Liberia. We were building on those institutions, but at the end of the day, there was not a set system in Liberia that got a time-tested and proven record to be a source that we can build upon. That is why in Liberia, we always struggle. We cannot agree on one thing because we were never given a system from the inception of the country to build upon. So if you put 10 Ghanaians in a room, they will all think the same way. You put 10 Liberians in the same room, they will come with 10 different results. Everybody doing their own thing. So I don't think it's something that Joseph Boakai is just going to come and kind of a change. But Joseph Boakai could set the platform and the stage for something better by respect of his age, the time he's been in government, and the kind of a perception people have about Joseph Boakai. So Boakai presidency is not only about politics. It's all about looking at the traditional side, looking at his age factor, and the length of time he's been in government. So people expect more from Joseph Boakai. I tell you, the expectation of Boakai is even higher than Madam Salif. People think that Joseph Boakai is supposed to hit the ground running and there will be no excuse. So I just hope the people he's bringing on board, he should bring the best of the best. Because when you bring better people with experience, they help you to get things done. But if he will come with this same CDC mindset that our time to steal, that we fought for this thing, then trust me, man, he will be a failure from day one. So we'll be looking at the formation of the cabinet and people, especially when it comes to law enforcement, when it comes to accountability, auditors and things. We'll be looking at Joseph Boakai to see the route he's going to take on this journey, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. If you're in Liberia, expect a bumpy ride. That's all I can tell you.
Thank you so much. Before we welcome the man who comes to work 1 hour late, Saros Snare Mane from all the way Liberia, he's coming to work 1 hour late when we're already 1 hour into the show. Before we do that, let's recognize some of the people that just joined us in the last few minutes. Alexander Boniface Emmanuel, welcome to SKTV. We love you as well. Ben Bezonga Kamara, welcome to SKTV. Ku Yebet Gentleman, welcome to SKTV. Joe Seifert Jr., welcome to SKTV. And there were a few people that joined us. Wanga, when I hear Wanga too late. Wanga, welcome to SKTV, my dear. Yes, Lance Blackie, welcome to SKTV. Maurice Phillips, welcome to SKTV. And those of you that came late to work, huh? William K. Sumuulu, William K. Sumuulu, welcome to SKTV. Sarah Snell Mane, what's going on, man? Happy New Year! Happy New Year coming. Wait a you know the party or the CDC? How you wearing? What's going on?
Is a guy, I'm a school, I'm a department higher. This is public administration.
Okay. Yeah, because the people that say they miss you, but the people say keep the work lady, she should kick you off the screen. So what do you think? You want to apologize to them or you want me to take you off?
Let
Because somebody said that man off, man. They may come in late. Oh, you see, Binta is here, but they can come. They be sneaking. They don't want to write to see straight. Also, can be forgetting about that. Binta, but you're sure. Binta is one of the biggest supporters of SKTV, but I think you all came together to she keep you are late. Yeah, Binta, yeah, go ahead. So we proceed to go to Melbourne. I think Melbourne is ready for us. Melbourne, are we good?
Yes, indeed. We are back on the radio after the news bulletin, so we are good to go.
All right. So that God knows what time to come. So Saras, welcome. What's going on? So you know the topic. What is the way forward?
When are coming back? You say?
What is the way forward and where do we start from? Now, new year, new attitude, new everything. As a matter of fact, we have decided not to block anybody on SKTV. We will restrict you from talking if you talk bad thing. Yeah, if you talk bad thing, you can insult, you can distract, just to create, unconducive environment. We will definitely restrict you from saying stuff on the live. You can still comment with nobody on, nobody's on it. You can go and say a comment you want to say, that's fine. But if you behave in a certain way, you will not be able to write or communicate or interact with people while we are on live. We can do that. And I have experts, I have people behind the scene. I don't have to do anything. I'm just sitting here doing our thing. If they find you, like somebody who actually not adherent to the rule of this platform, definitely they will go ahead and mute you. So you'll be unable to write anything on there. But we promise not to block anybody this 2023. On 2024. Yes. You go above and beyond. I'm going to be making a mistake now from time to time. 2023. Because 2023 was the most talk about years, So what's going on with you, Sarah? I mean, what do you think is the way forward, and how and where do we start from?
Mr. Kane, for SKTV, you got to make the question specific of Liberia.
All of us. And we are all part of Liberia. We say Liberia. And we are all part of Liberia. Somebody said they are way forward. They want people to stop lying. And I agree with that person too. We want everybody to stop lying, whether you president or you president-elect or you government or you government supporter or you SKTV or you whoever. Everybody just stop lying and be honest with each other and say the truth. And that's what we do all the time. I agree with that person. So what is the way forward?
Yeah, thank you. And I'm back on SKTV. Let me apologize to SKTV family, people, our viewers. I was just stuck in the traffic, and yes. So welcome.
That's why I love you. You say we respect time here, and she sent me private message. I'm gonna remove you from the screen.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Go ahead.
So my boss, President Labor, and to our SKTV family. Liberian people are the most important people in Liberia, and the most beautiful women on earth. So, Mr. Khan, in regards to your question, let me quickly delve. The way forward on both sides when it comes to SKTV, I think SKTV official page need to be up. That's one of the way forward in this 2024. SKTV new page need to be up. It's very, very important, especially in 2024 that we're about to start serious work for the next 6 years. SKTV, Liberian people need SKTV desperately. SKTV needs own radio and TV station. That is a way forward for SKTV. Uh, and yes, to all of our staffers in Liberia, you need to roll up your sleeves because it's not going to be an easy task. That's a way forward. We all have to do the extraordinary to make SKTV what we want it to be. And when it comes to Liberia, on the overall, a lot. I think Liberians themselves need to start to be honest with themselves. They need to start accepting what reality is. Liberians need to get out of this little box. Liberians need to start holding their officials accountable. They need to start holding the people that they gave their constitutional mandate to accountable. I think that's the way forward. If the people start to realize that, people start to accept what reality is and start holding the leaders accountable, that's another way forward to move Liberia forward. And our leaders that we elected, those leaders that we go to the ballot boxes to elect, they need to start being honest. And to our representatives, you need to stop taking what we call bribery from the executive. I hope the 55th legislature will be a different one. That is another way forward. You need to start exercising the city cabinet function that is oversight, lawmaking, and representation properly. You need to start doing those things. That's a way forward to move our country forward. That's a way forward. You need to start taking bribery from the executive. And I hope that the new 55th legislature will be a very bright one that move our country forward. And to our leaders, to the president elect, and to his surroundings. We need to stop lying and start to be real with the Liberian people. That's a way forward. And if the leaders start being real with themselves, and then we know that yes, indeed, they are ready to move Liberia forward. That's another way forward to move our country. So, Mr. Kennedy asked me that's the way forward. Liberians in totality need to come together, put hands together. There is a collective effort. We all need to, and Liberians, you need to start accepting the reality because SPP will all come with the reality. That's why I said from my, the beginning statement that if the Liberians start to accept the reality, Liberians get outside the little boxes, then we know that's another way forward. We know that Liberia is ready to progress. We know that because we start to accept what reality is, the truth that comes out of all media institutions in regards to the government, not even because you support them or they in your interest, but because of the interest of Liberia on the overall, we know that Liberia will start moving forward. That's a way forward. If you
Thank
ask me,
you.
I will
Thank you
tell you.
so much, Saros. Thank you so much, Saros. In the last few minutes, three of our very important people just will join us. Molba Besa, welcome to SKTV. My own sister, Madeline Mayonga, welcome to SKTV. Agnes Barkley Young, welcome to SKTV. And Johnson Pay. I want to say thank you to all of you for continuing to support and following SKTV. I want to encourage you to go ahead and share the show. So let's take this caller here. 210 number. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Pickle. How you doing? This is Abraham Senioka. I'm calling from.
My man, you were very fun, man, in 2024. How can you missing in action in 2021, the end of 2023? What's going on?
I haven't been missing in action. I've been maintaining a low profile.
Oh, okay. Welcome, my brother. Welcome.
Thank you so much, brother. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
You asked the question, what's the way forward for Liberia?
Yes, sir.
Taking into consideration the present situation where we find ourselves, the incoming government should invest heavily in the agricultural sector and also in tourism. I say agriculture because it has the propensity to take most of our low-skilled workers or unskilled laborers and provide jobs for them. Then in the area of tourism, we should be able to clean our beaches and waterways to be able to attract tourists to come into the country. If you look at the open defecation along our beaches and waterways, you have people that are building their toilets over the rivers. They defecate over the rivers. The fish will eat the feces, and the very people will buy those fish. And if someone has a disease and the fish eats the feces, then you're looking at the disease is being infused into the cells of that fish. And the people will buy it and eat it, and they get sick. And you also look at vehicles that are in Europe and America that are not roadworthy. They cannot be driven because of environmental factors. Those vehicles are shipped to Liberia, and they ply our roadways, thereby polluting the environment and affecting kids or people who are asthmatic. So we need to invest heavily in both agriculture and tourism because they have the propensity to create more jobs in their areas. Thank you, Sekou.
Wow, thank you so much, my brother. As always, don't get anything action again. We need you.
Yes, my brother.
Okay. Yeah, so Steve is here. You know, all the late comment today we put on the spotlight. But anyway, Steve Pa, I would know on weekend can be on time, but on weekday, you know, he ain't already in the same group when it comes to that one. So, yeah, but Steve, welcome. You know, before I give the platform to Steve to say something, you know, like most of our people they can kind of they can be hiding in the corner. Some of the Google people, they're the BB people there, you know. Yeah, so all of you that just joined us, you know, in the last few minutes, or maybe decided to say something. Brilliant Warrens, welcome to SKTV. Lovely Pierre Perry, welcome to SKTV. Mikimi D. Harris, welcome to SKTV. Esther Clark Fredericks, welcome to SKTV. And Nida Wilson, welcome to SKTV. Hey, those are the BB people there for SKTV, but they can just be missing action, be hiding and saying in the corner. Dolly Nursing, welcome to SKTV. So, Steve, my man, what is the because I can tell you a secret to the people there. The guy since the new year started, the first new year night and yesterday, the major worry goes through. The American can say, "Oh, I'm entering 2023 as a big boy." I said, "But what's going on with you guys, man?" So, Mr. Big Boy, welcome to SKTV 2024. What's going on with you? So, what is the way forward and where do we start from?
First of all, let me greet the people. You know, good afternoon to everyone. Happy New Year again. To our people, those of you who were not on the radio yesterday, we wish you Happy New Year. Those of you in Liberia, it's a great thing to be alive. This new year, we have decided that, you know, we will take a total different approach. But that does not mean that we will not speak on the issue. And I know at some point some people will get vexed because we'll speak on the issue when the need be or when the need arises. But, you know, Happy New Year. As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. But most importantly, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. And yes, Mr. Cannon, I told you the new year, it will be all about dressing, looking good, feeling good. You know, I mean, we got to, you know, we got to step it up.
I'll be uploading on SKTV. Don't worry.
Yeah, we got to step it up, you know. I see some people decide to go different way, but we probably will not go different way. Will be look, the level of diplomacy that will be putting up for this year, it will be unprecedented. Yeah. Yeah. So we're not just doing that on Sunday, go dress, on Sunday, go to church. We're not doing it. Through the week, we'll be dressing, you know, we're not going again. We move. But anyway, what is the way forward?
And where do we start?
Well, in all honesty, in order for there to be a way forward, I think what we need to do is to prepare the way forward. Because way forward, and I'm just saying, there has to be there has to be some form of seriousness in the way forward. And that is to say, maybe I will openly suggest to the current government, the way forward, especially the transitional team, is to regain the trust of the Liberian people. I think that should be the footing for the way forward, such as let's start with simple transparency and accountability that we have under our control as an incoming government. Such as, let's not make the mistakes we made in 2023. Let's not send one communication outside to the Liberian people and we'll do something different. I think that can start the way forward. For me, I think that's critically important in moving forward, because to move forward means, we want to reestablish trust and we want to build relationships. The way forward should also be, holding ourselves and our own accountable. Being open to criticism. When I say open, I mean criticism where you decide or you get a person how to criticize you. And what I'm talking about. Where you tell the person, say, oh, why you couldn't call me to say they want to up behind close, or why you got to go on the radio and say, no, then you're not open to criticism. If you want it to be done your way and the time you want it, let's be open to criticism. I think the way forward is reestablishing trust. And also the way forward is laying all the cards out. Let's lay the cards out, especially for the new administration. Truly speaking, Mr. Kane, I'm not here to give the administration any kind of easy ride, but to be very honest, in the next few days, we'll be pointing out some of the challenges that the administration will be faced with. The administration will be very, very challenging. There is no joke about it. They will be very, 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 very challenging. To the point that some of you who even brought this administration might feel discouraged and become disenchanted. We're not saying anything here to scare you or to shy you away. Because we want to be transparent, we want to reestablish the trust of the Liberian people, we have to be fair. So we say in the midst of all of this, Liberian people are resilient, and we trust that our people will the leadership will just keep up posted. To the transitional team, to start with you, put the cards on the table. Whatever you receive, if that $1, say that $1 you receive. Please don't try to protect or cover anybody. If you didn't see any of the money, now your responsibility to protect anybody. Let's start it that way so we can move forward. This is the way we can move forward. Then you will not have to worry about SKTV talking about Joseph Boaka or talking about the incoming government. If Joseph Boaka coming for a checkup, for medical checkup, say Joseph Boaka coming for medical checkup, you will not die. Let's start it from there. There's nothing wrong with that. Say it. It's okay. If you got $20 that the government is sending over, say the government sending $20 over, and then get me there. Then you are on record. Then you make our job easy for us to be friends to government, for us to be able to even buttress some of the government effort. But when you lie and you hide it and you make it a top secret, then we were left with no option because we're not government friends. We're not passing around sponsored by government. So at the end of the day, our responsibility is to the Liberian people. Then we'll come and tell the Liberian people that my people, the $20, they say the $20, the $18 that they talk about, they're not $18, $20 they get. So let's do it in a friendly way. Let's do it in a way where everybody will be clear. You can't be looking at me, I'll be looking at you, then we'll look at each other. We don't want to do it that way. We don't want to do the look at each other. We want to do it in a way where all will be on the same page. When reporting, you say, oh, the president-elect into America, even though he will be doing visit to the one that war, but the president-elect will also go do his medical checkup. Nothing wrong with that. We don't have to go into detail with the medical checkup issue. But when you start to hide and you don't want to lie and you don't want all of your smart and other people, then that's where the issue comes from. So, the way forward, there are opportunities, but it will be very rocky and shaky in the very first few months. I can say that clear. Because we know what we are hearing from beyond close, so we know what we have in our possession. We'll give the government the benefit of the doubt. to speak to some of these things. Look, even telling the Liberian people what the expectations are, even makes it easier for the people to not put pressure on you. So we are doing you a favor. We will give you this free consultation. We don't hate government. We're not here to fight government. We're not here to fight leader or fight the other person. That's not our area. But let's be fair. Let's be clear. This new year, when we enter in the day, we'll take it easy. We know that you got some supporters who are overly zealous. That's why we even went as far as freeing. So we pardon some of your supporters then who decide to misbehave continually. We pardon them. Can you imagine Mel Benito then who been in jail for long? We pardon them on New Year Day. They show on SKTV. Benito who is to kind of court all day for CBC. You know, support United Party, they kind of court all day. We pardon all of them. They turn it on the phone, what kind of with ease. So my people, we're looking forward to our government. Let the government be transparent. The way forward is let's reestablish a relationship. Let's not lie to our people. Let's not make the government building and not secret. That's why they say public service. That's not secret. Yeah. If you jail and you go, you take more money. Don't say borrow initiative. Save with stores on the money. You won't put it back. Yeah.
So Steve, thank you so much. And I think the people, they heard the message very loud and clear. I just want to take this time, we are in a new year, and I have decided from time to time we'll be recognizing most of our major followers, because when you hear SKTV, that people, when they're not here, we'll not be here. Even though some of them, they're not that being nice to us, but I mean, we just have to recognize everybody for being here, for being a part of SKTV family. Some of you are watching on my personal page, Sekou Kenneth. So if you can't find us anywhere, just go there, you'll find us. So let me recognize a few people from there. I'm seeing Musa Ami Fatima Kroma, Steve H. Kroma, and Ishmael Dukley, Baton Kula, Veronica Turbert, Samuel Ajivon Jr., and Robert B. Boy. And we have Yonlo Pei and Leroy Johnson, Musa Dumbuya, Isaac Browning, a lot of people, man. Abiba Willow, Musu Sonny Williams, Rebecca Gassi, Evelyn Joe Brown, Sam Jackson, Enoch Tamba, Mike Kadami, Nat Bimba, Sekou Kroma, Henry Atta Carter Jala, Conrad Yinka, Saros Hunter, Sweetie Smith, the other person got a good name, Sweetie Smith, Hassan Aisha Sharif, and Jemima Taylor. A lot of people, man. And on the other side, you have Cedar One Jebo, you have Mr. Honor Cover Cedician Benjamin Jonah, Jackie, welcome, and Raj Dwayne, welcome from all the way India. Abigail Bounce, welcome to SKTV. A lot of people here, Steve. I can't even get everybody name, but can you try? Anita, Kane, welcome. Tina Cooper, James Davy, Ogata Kaho, Margaret Johnson, Tina Cooper, who else again? Oh, Mariama Bidel. Yeah, Mariama Bidel, welcome. Alice Shako, Molba Besa. Yeah, a lot of people, man. So yes, I just try to make sure that at least if I can't get everybody's name, Canada, just from the start, I just say hi to all, so that way we can see you and give you some recognition, because you guys are doing good. Imagine being here for 2-3 hours all the time. It means a lot, and sharing the show. So my Oma too is here, Miata, Stella, Herin, and who else? Blair Addison, Ma Bendu's son, King Sharif, Marie Swa Amara, John Hina, welcome to SKTV. Steve, I just needed to do that. I can't call out the name. At least people that will say hi to all, let's respond to them, to recognize their presence. This is 2024. I'm still, I don't get used to it. Yeah, maybe I want to say 2023. But Steve, say whatever you got to say, then we'll go back to Liberia on the radio. Like people will call you excited to tell us exactly what are some of their expectations going into the new year, whether from the government, from the people, the way forward, and where do we start from. So you can go ahead, saying you are busy. Go ahead and
let me make these last comments, and I will turn it over so that we can continue the program. Again, we appreciate all of our supporters, even those that are not supporting us, that will decide that have chosen to have SKTV shut down or closed down. Or
did you just say whether all about the? They said that should stop in 2023.
No.
Oh, I thought you said whether or the all about.
I say whether we can do that. We got to also.
That should stop in 2023. Why are you bringing that one into 2024?
No, but we can do that. We got to include the current president, President Trump. We're not forgetting about our president. We're not going to do that, Mr. Kane. You see, we can't forget about people. We don't want to isolate and alienate. The black, the most successful president since 1847. You don't want to do that.
The one-term president?
Yes, the man who earned titles but did nothing. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
One term is the record.
Yeah, but anyway, let's get to the issue here. The issue here is thank you. Thank you so much. Those of you who've been watching from far off and you don't click on, we still say thank you, whether you're a government official or not. Some of you your love for SKTV has become addictive. Even those of you you claim that you don't let us, but you are addicted to SKTV. Thank you. That's an addiction that will not break, because you know the information that you get from here, they are credible, they are insightful, and they help the country. In fact, they have helped the Unity Party even more than any other party. And we'll continue to provide free services for Liberians in Liberia, especially for politicians. We want to say in this life, unequivocally, that enough because we decide that we give the government, the incoming government, the benefit of the doubt. It means that we are shying away from the truth, or we are afraid, or we will not speak when need be. Please don't get it twisted. Don't trip. Because we are here to stay. And when the need arises, any attempt, just know that we're exposed you, because we're watching your prayer. We're watching your vis-a-vis. Any attempt to bring any shenanigans, we're exposed it. That one we can relate.
Still, I'm sorry, the guy here, Blair Bobby Addison. He said we should please announce the full name. He is a media advisor for Speaker Buffer Chambers. So they don't want to be eating our money.
Well, Blair.
They may not show your face, so they may not show your face.
But I want to say thank you to the man.
Welcome, welcome everybody. Even money.
Yeah, Bobby Addison.
Yeah, Bobby Addison. Right? Feel free as you have been watching. Tell Bobby to my man, he's watching what this thing. My show is saying to, and I ain't probably will not die yet. Then New Year won't wear with everybody.
Who days it again? Why everybody watching?
I'm saying you might not be watching for this thing. You will not die. But anyway, folks,
the show like
no, it's okay. It's okay. Actually, we'll be inviting both Representative Speaker Buffer Timber, and we'll also be inviting Representative Fonati Kufa on here. We already have his contact. We will be reaching out to him to come here. We will be also inviting what's his name? Kuhn, not Senator Kuhn, not President-elect Kuhn, but Richard Kuhn. We will also be we will be inviting all the actors, especially when it comes to the representative, the outgoing and the incoming, and the people who the newly elected people will be inviting everybody. They're going to go to Melbourne. They're going to go sit down over there, and we will be talking to them, on the radio. While they will be also on TV.
Mr. Kane, let me make this announcement. Those of you who've been worrying about a total stakeholder in the year 2023, we're in 2024. All of you are stakeholders, but we have elevated the conversation in 2024. We are now discussing shareholders. So your stakeholder, then your stakeholder tackle will not get part on your. We are looking at shareholders. So many of you, you're not shareholders, are looking at you. And we're now the few shareholders of SKTV on Friday and on Saturday. So if you put together to be shareholder here,
you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with that. They pay. You wanna Steve.
Steve, Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year, my bastard brother.
Let's go to Billboard. Steve just left trouble.
Yeah,
Maybe open the line for our people. Let it tell us the way forward and where do they think we can start from.
All right. So, okay. So indeed, there are a lot of calls that are coming in, but we will stay discussing. So keep your calls coming out to 0778 339 682. Again, 0778 339 682. That's the number to call. Call in to be part of the show. Yes, maybe you have your own view on what we've been discussing, what the way forward for Liberia, and where do we start from? Where you want us to start from, or which one of the things you want us to talk about or to target as a people? Because government is for the people and by the people. So when you call,
while we are waiting to call, maybe while we are waiting, just cut me off when somebody call in. I just want to say something while we are waiting calls.
All right.
Where do I want us to start from? Let's do the bug people then. People then that mean well for Liberia. People then that understand the job. Not because they're in your party, you just appoint everybody. Appoint people then who are competent. Appoint people then that understand what they are doing, that love Liberia, that will put Liberia first. That also understand their job. Because if you put somebody there just because of politics, just because of party,
because of partisan, the person,
you don't know what's going on.
The person was on the front line soldier. So, Brand Tata, indeed, Brand Tata, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. SKT family in the United States. Let me tell you, asking for our you to prosper for 2024 and the new government. My suggestion would be that the national leader must be to us not to understate the revenue of this country. Because all along will be understating the revenue, and even at that, I will understate the revenue at the end with the budget for. So you see how they hate the country. So there are 1 billion, they will carry 1 billion, 1.5 billion. The country is so rich to still be operating on, 9 billion, 10 billion, all those kind of things. 300 billion, all those kind of things. That's number one. The last one is the one you started with, enforcement regime. Let this country start to enforce laws. America, other countries, Europe, other places, they are not different than us. But it's because we are weak. And we avoid the area. By the time we start doing something to labor is wrong with that area that labor is doing, we lead the area business.
Seriously. Thank you so much, Chibran Tate. Keep your calls coming to 0778 339682. Again, 0778 339682. We have about 10 more minutes to go right here on the program SKTV on Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Pascal Davis of the CDC track calling me. Yes, indeed, to this caller. We keep your calls coming 0778 339682. That's the number to call 0778 339682. What's the way forward for Liberia, and where do we start from? Maybe you have your own expert views on all of the things that we'll be talking about to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening. How you doing, sir?
Yeah. No, we want to have a smooth conversation. If you are outside your monitor, then we will not take you. All right. So all of you are just beside your radio. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, Chief, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I want to ask you, why do you want to
What was the question? I didn't understand it.
Today's caller, good evening.
They don't want to say so. Maybe they're not good thing.
Don't mind. These are people that want a strong security for because they kind of people that by the time you are rude, the security officers just go for you and punish you. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me say thank you for you people on the FKT. My name is Daniel Johnson. And I'm the national chairman for the South Mandela Liberia.
Okay, go ahead, Chief.
And let me say kudos to you guys for always flagging issues of national concern. And the way forward of this new administration, and we don't want for people to do what we call witch hunt. Everything that will be done should be done holistically, should be done based on the liberalization policy, it shouldn't be done on partisan policy. And if there's an audit that is to be conducted, it should be conducted holistically. And if someone needs to be taken to court, they should be the person to be taken to court based on evidence and facts. It shouldn't be done because the person works in the current regime and then the regime probably you people never like the regime and then that person is direct to court. We want to see a Liberia where everyone will have a free space to operate. We want to see a Liberia where everyone will spread their view. People should spread their view because they are not a united Palestinian, then they come after you. Because we said the same thing against President. We are here.
Freedom, free movement, and press freedom, right?
Yeah, and then we have seen that even the United Palestinians, we try to even talk about United Palestinians. We have seen that creeping.
All right, thank you. We are seeing that creeping, and one of the callers just did that not too long, call and just started insulting. I don't know what kind of people. Even if the media not going to go to Toyota and report that story from Toyota, how you going to know? Hello, today's caller. Good evening. Yeah, Chief, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
This is Pascal Davis. This is Happy New Year, in fact. This is the society. The other guy just called and he said that even though you have
because the party will be protecting him. Maybe that's how you feel. Because maybe yeah, go ahead.
All we want for the administration is for them to reveal to us the you know the issue of freedom of speech. It is so important. That's all for us we want. The way the media was open, and anybody who criticized George Weah,
free.
the way he was attacked, everywhere you went, whether social media or free media, electronic media, the man was attacked everywhere.
Even including government workers were also free to expressing themselves that when because you have to harmonize my vote, or if I'm on pay, I'm going to harmonize your vote.
The only thing we want is for them to give us the space, right? And when you're doing labor, just give us the space. Even those private media institutions, media are like the QFN, I don't want to call names, but you can allow us to have this space. That's all we want. I mean, then we will be happy.
All right.
When we criticize, you guys will accept it in goofy. Somebody said the president is dead, the president is died, the man is inactive, all kinds of items. Someone will say, hey, you're accepting and move forward. I want to say thank you, SKTV, who continue to be around one to follow. Thank you, everyone, for the platform.
Thank you so much. So before I go to maybe to the line, I want to ask Sekou, Vicente Monk, and then that Sarah, with that kind of more or maybe freedom of speech, do you, because we have about 5 more 6 more minutes to go, so I don't know what's your own take on that, because this caller that just called and left the line not too long, improving on that, what will be happening maybe in the nearby future? Are you sensing anything of such, Sekou, Steve, and Vicente Monk?
Let those guys, let my guys go first, then I will.
I don't think that will happen. And the reason I believe it won't happen is because I'm counting on Joseph Boakai. I will always say because of the age experience when it comes to decision making. We will want to believe that nobody is going to muscle the press. But the one thing I will tell you, there are elements that will be in the Bouaga-led administration that will suppress free speech. They will use their leverage, they will use their power. It may not come directly from the president himself, but there will be people within the inner circle that you will expect to behave in such a manner, and it won't be new in Liberian politics. So those of that are in the media space for now that keep giving information, we just got to brace for the worst until they can prove otherwise. But I know at a certain point in time it will happen, because when people start raising the heat on Joseph Bouaga, there will be other that will be on that rescue train that won't be able to tolerate the heat, and they will use all kind of draconian means to silence people. So he won't be the first person to do it, and equally so he won't be the last person to do it. But I expect that to happen at some point in his presidency, whether it's SKTV or another media house. It will happen.
Yeah. See, this is 2024 Mezakana into presenting more Mabon. There's no time to be sugarcoating it. Yes, indeed, will happen. If they kind of better that. But we, like President Monk said, we look forward to the current president elect to make the Liberian people understand and the world like that. Yes, indeed, he's well experienced. Yes, indeed, he has worked in government. He's more mature when it comes to governance. But with the question you ask, or in regards to the question you ask, I would tell you yes. With the kind of bitterness within the Unity Party, like you can't even say anything about Joseph Parker, they will definitely come for the media. And with Senator Prince Johnson from the County, they will definitely come for the media. That's one thing I would tell you.
Yeah, so Melbourne, first of all, I want to say thank you to you, to the entire team of Truth FM. You know, let me remind our people before you leave the radio. We are asking from volunteers who wants to participate in our fundraiser. We are starting a project to have our own radio station. And we are on Truth FM right now, and we're going to be there until we get our own radio station, unless something extraordinary happens. But we plan to stay there until we can get our own radio station. But we want to get our radio station as soon as possible. So anybody who wants to be a part of this initiative, to volunteer your time to help us raise the fund, we will appreciate it. Whether you're in Liberia, you're outside of Liberia, you're in the diaspora, you're in Europe, anywhere you are, anywhere around the world you want to participate, send us a message. Inbox SKTV, or you can inbox me. We'll be responding to you swiftly, and we'll be having meeting. We plan to have a meeting, but we want to make sure we get this message out. People can plan and participate in our fundraiser towards our radio project. It's a process. It's not just an event, one day thing. No. So with regards to this people behavior, Melbourne, to be honest, I didn't even hear what that person said. I was even asking you what he said. I didn't hear it. However, that is a small one. I expect more. You remember during the campaign, someone then say, "Why you came to Liberia? You never even went. You refused to come to Broad Street for us to see you, to attack you." They have, so many people, if they have the means, they can shoot you. But that's the kind of mindset we want to eradicate from our country. People can always play politics without being dangerous to each other. We can disagree without being enemies. So these things are expected, but it baffles me when I hear it coming from people that matter, especially leaders. All these small ones, they'll be angry, they will vent out their anger. They are just a bunch of toothless bulldogs. They will only bark, but they can bite. But when you hear it from people that are in leadership position, then you get disappointed. But I'm not surprised, and I expect more. But thank you, Mabel. Thank you, everybody.
And thanks to the team. Let me say good night, and we will be together again on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So yes, gentlemen, the two sorrows, the man and the monk, Brazilian monk. My man, let me tell you something. maybe you guys didn't hear this. 2023 towards the ending, there were a lot of calls, people giving us feedbacks, telling us how they feel about SKTV. Trust me, all of our guys' names were mentioned one way or the other. Some of the young folks back home, from Makakata, Magibi, from Bon County, from Maryland, from the guys from Monsuado, Brazilian Monk, Steve, pretty much everybody name were mentioned to me one way or the other. Some text messages, some calls, how much they appreciate SKTV family. And I want to say this in this public manner, that I'm very much grateful to all of you guys for making SKTV for what it is. Sometimes I've seen people coming here looking down on some of our people because of their age, looking down on some of the people because some of them feel like they are more educated than the next person. I've seen it. I've seen people then looking down, disrespecting people like Monk because he's not saying what they like. They will try to demonize him. They will try to minimize him. They will try to question his analysis. They will question it. They will stigmatize whatever he says because he's not saying what they like, what they want to hear. But believe me, there are tons of people out there that appreciate all of you. Trust me. The people that will come here and insult, disrespect, distract, try to demonize, try to make you look like a bad person, or maybe make you feel like you don't know what you're doing, or you don't know what you're talking about. Believe me, they are just handful of people. And they will get adjusted. They will get adjusted because you know what? They are so addicted to SKTV. If we don't come on, they themselves can be all over the place, tagging us, calling our name. Where's SKTV? Where's SKTV? So they are even addicted to SKTV more than our real supporters. But they can say what is important, and I must add in this public manner, is the good people of Liberia respect and appreciate SKTV, both in Liberia and in the diaspora. And that is what I care about. Whatever we're doing it for Liberia. If the good people of Liberia appreciate us and respect us for what we do, that's what matters to me. So I want to say thank you to you, gentlemen, from the bottom of my heart. And the last time when we said we need a female on the team, we received tons, hundreds of applications, hundreds, not even 100, hundreds from Liberia. Because it was too much. When you get plenty and you get confused, you don't even know which way. Most of them are good, if not all of them. So like that, you're gonna get confused. You don't even know which one to pick. We are still, we have somehow reduced. We have somehow do some elimination that we have reduced the list to maybe around 5 people. We might be taking at least 2 of them or 1 or 2 of them female to be a part of SKTV team on Liberia. Young people as well. Somebody said, oh, Sekou, you need to be bringing experts. You need to be bringing seasoned politicians, seasoned journalists on SKTV. No, we're good. Me, I will like my young people then. They are raw, clean. They say as is. They don't massage anything. They don't sugarcoat. They want to excel. They want to grow. You know why most of the young people gravitate towards SKTV? Not because of money we're giving them. Nothing. It's because they believe in the ideology of SKTV as speaking truth to power, regardless of who is at the receiving end. They love that. So that is a new Liberia that we should all embrace. Cyrus, you first, and then Brazilian Mom will take us home.
Yeah. So yes, thank you, Mr. Khan, and thanks to President Mon and to all of our SPT crew, Golden Heart in the back, and Batch and all the guys, Steve, and to all our stakeholders, strong supporters, our followers, the beautiful Liberian women, the Liberian people, the thing that makes them most important at SPTV is here. We want to say thank you. Let me again say Happy New Year to everyone. SKTV is key. As you listen to my boss earlier on, we have to do this together. We have to make sure SKTV have our own radio and TV station in Liberia. And we are very committed to the process. We are very committed of bringing you the raw information. We are committed in bringing you the Liberia that you want to hear, the news you want to hear. We are very committed in doing what is best in the interest of Liberia for the new Liberia that we all anticipate. And SKTV is here to stay. Continue to follow SKTV, support SKTV in whatever way you can, and highly appreciate it. We're here to make sacrifices because we want a better Liberia. And thank you so much. God bless you all. Way over to you.
Thank you. Over to you, Monk.
Well, today my parting comment is very simple, and it's a caveat and an advice to the incoming administration. You only got 6 years. 6 years may seem long, but it's short. Nobody could tell that Georgia presidency will have come to an abrupt end. You know, time is an illusion. People think that we have more time, but time is very limited. And when you're an incoming administration with higher expectation and people want you to deliver, you cannot focus on so many things. You can only focus on few things you believe will have the maximum impact. Because as a president, you only got two outcomes. You either be an instant failure or you leave a legacy that people remember moving forward. To the Joseph Barker and the entire rescue team, I would tell them, look at your list and drill it down to maybe 2 or 3 things that you will put all your time, energy, effort, and resources behind to give you a result. Because one misstep, especially from the beginning or the formation of the administration, could spell or doom this scenario for you. So, my keen advice to the incoming administration, you want to concentrate a lot, you want to hunker down to few policy or few things on your list that you think you can execute that could buy you time, and Liberian people can say, you know what, when Joseph Barker was president, maybe for 6 years, these are measures and institutions that he put in place that today we can be proud of. That's what you want as a president at the end of the day. Because trust me, man, once misstep, like I said, especially with the people that would be on the team, you need experienced people, people with time-tested record. You see, there's a difference between education and experience. You can go to school these days, by the way, information online, we got AI and all writing people. You can take an idiot with master's or double master. It doesn't mean anything these days. You need people with experience, people that have worked in the system, that they can tell you, say, I was on this project, this worked, and this doesn't work. Those are the kind of people that you need. Practical, hands-on experience that will be there to help make this government a success. Anything other than that, it will be a doomsday scenario for you, and you will go down as one of the ordinary presidents in history with nothing to show for. That's my candid advice to the incoming administration. That's it. And thanks for once again listening us. As always, SKTV. We do it another
Thank you
day.
so much. Thank you, everybody. And some of you highlighted some of your last comment because we love them. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the help. We appreciate everything you guys doing for SKTV. Even by staying here alone means a lot to us. It means a lot. We have a lot of platforms. We have some of the most committed followers and supporters. And for that, we are grateful. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you all.